Hi, this is Mariah Gullo from The Hollywood Reporter, and this is Meet Your Nominee. And I have Emmy nominee, two-time this year Emmy nominee, Jane Lynch with me.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hello
Jane.
to you.
How are you?
I'm really good.
So you're nominated for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series
Yes.
for The Marvelous Mrs Maisel, and Outstanding Host for a reality competition program
Indeed.
for Hollywood Game Night.
I'm thrilled.
Okay.
What job did I like better?
Yeah.
Kiva's here, so I'll say Hollywood Game Night.
This is your 10th nomination for Primetime Emmy.
Wow.
You've had 3 wins. Does it ever get pedestrian for you?
No, not at all. No, it's a thrill every time. And, you know, it always happens either on my birthday, because my birthday's July 14th, or the day before or the day after. So it's been, you know, because I've had some nominations. Maybe I didn't get the Emmy, but I've had almost every birthday in the last 5 or 6 years. Now I sound like I'm bragging. I've had a double gift.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it is a wonderful birthday gift.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's just the best. It's just the best.
But even better if a month and a half later,
Yeah.
you get a gold present.
Indeed. Right. Yeah, it's very nice. But truly, though, and I don't mean to be forcefully humble here, because Lord knows I'm not at all, but the nomination aspect of it is the most exciting.
Yeah.
It's that someone thought what a group of someone's thought what you had done this past season was worthy of note and mention, and that the rest of it is just, you know, if you win, that's a lovely icing on the cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've hosted some award shows.
I have.
Can you give any advice, or do you have any predictions about what's going to be the difficult part of Michael Che and Colin Jost's night?
Oh, they're co-hosting, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be great. No, they're not going to have any problem at all. They're going to enjoy each other, and they have a relationship, and it's going to be fun for us. They're going to sail through this and nail it.
And who would you like to dance with at the after parties?
I'm not a dancer. I won't be dancing with Akiva. I'll dance with Akiva at the governor's ball. We'll dance like we're at prom. No, like at prom. Do, 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 do.
Is there anybody that you'd like to be seated next to?
No.
For any reason? No.
No, I don't. Whoever I love the one I'm with. I love the one you're with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Marvelous Mrs Maisel.
Yes. What a joy that was.
Your character, Sophie Lennon.
Yeah.
So great. Such an interesting character. Mm-hmm. Such a foil to Midge's blooming feminism.
Right.
What was it like to play a character who was basically representing, you know, the challenges that women face?
Yeah, well, you
comedy?
know, she did, Sophie Lennon did what she thought she had to do in order to survive in the business. And you know how when people have their, you know, I had to do this, I was forced, and, you know, I couldn't be, I thought I would be the next Lana Turner, but no, I had to become this, like, kind of fat, loudmouth Queen's housewife, and that was the only way I could make it in this business. I couldn't make it as a, as just a woman, you know, with my own point of view. I had to, like, adopt this kind of crazy, eccentric character. So she's bitter about that, I obviously, and you know how when you believe something that you were victimized in some way, you want everybody to confirm it. So if Midge goes on to become a big comedy star without doing making any of the sacrifices I made or any of the compromises that I made, then that just threatens her whole being.
Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Your character, is it based on any real life comedians? Because some have compared her to Phyllis Diller.
Yes,
with the bag dress.
Yeah. I did not know that, but, you know, as I was working on it, I realized that indeed I was kind of doing a Phyllis Diller with the loud and the after all of her jokes, laughing at her own jokes and making fun of herself, and you know, kind of rushing in to show she's in on the joke as well, that she knows she's not gorgeous and she knows she's a loudmouth, and so what?
Do you think there's any universe in maybe the future of the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel where Sophie and Midge could be friends?
I think there is a way for Sophie and Midge to be friends, but it's going to call for Sophie kind of facing some hard truths and humbling herself. Because, I mean, you saw in that scene where Midge came to visit me in my beautiful mansion, and I'm kind of this erudite, smug, self-satisfied person in real life, and I give her my fur. You know, at the end, I think she wants to be regaled as her elder, and she wants that respect. And so Sophie would have to humble herself and kind of let go a lot of that crap
Yes.
in order to be friends with Midge. Because Midge won't have it.
And what is it like working with Amy ShermanPalladino? We had her on the roundtables, and she was hilarious.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. She didn't direct this episode, but she was the first person I met. We shoot in New York, and I went up to her office, and she's hilarious. She's so much fun. She was showing me some dress that she was going to wear to a party, and she said, "Is this too young for me? Am I too old to wear this?" I was like, "No way, girl. You can wear that little dress." She's really cute, and just every ounce of her is hilarious.
What do you think it was about this performance that really touched off the Emmy voters?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm just so grateful for it. I don't know. I couldn't say that without humble bragging.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was my blah blah blah. I don't know. You tell me. Why do you think?
Oh, I mean, it was amazing. It's always. I mean, you always do a great job of playing a difficult character. You're never. You're never one note. Very complex.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Let's talk about Hollywood Game Night.
Let's.
So a couple of people in my office really wanted to know who has been some of the most rabidly competitive celebrities.
Rabidly competitive would be Yvette Nicole Brown, who we have every other episode because we love her so much, and she's so smart. I wouldn't say she's rabid. She's real cool. She's cool as a cucumber, whereas Anthony Anderson was, rabid. Who was really sweet and competitive, and he did 2 episodes for us, was Neo. He was great. In fact, we put him into a pen with a bunch of kittens. He's a kitten lover. So he's a great guy. Competitive. Chrissy Metz from This Is Us.
Oh.
Extremely competitive. And the triplets were on the show. They played together. And she could barely contain herself the whole time. And she would shame them if they got it wrong and celebrate when everybody got it right.
What was one of the shocking moments of last season? What are the most shocking moments?
So we did this Red Nose Day episode with Chelsea Handler, Sarah Silverman, Jack Black. We're talking alpha comedians.
Yeah.
So you've got 8 of these alpha comedians, and it was like herding cats. I mean, it was mayhem 99.9% of the time, and no one listened to me. They barely listened to each other, but it was one of the funniest episodes we ever did.
Did anyone surprise you with a nefarious strategy?
Eva Longoria. And we stopped her in her tracks, and it didn't work. They were a really good team, too, and I'm kind of to blame for the reason her team didn't win. I screwed something up, and they lost points. But, hey, that's life. But, yeah, we put a stop to her cheating immediately.
Through all of the seasons of Hollywood Game Night, has anything evolved that's been surprising to you? What has been the evolution of the game?
Well, it started out really fun, and it's still really fun. I think it's the chemistry of it, or the foundation of it, or the structure of it. We've kept it the same because it works. But the wonderful thing is that our game creators, they come up with 12 to 15 new games every season, and I don't know how they do it. And we don't get to all of them, because we like to use some of the ones that we love, but like the old games, the old favorites. But we throw in new games, 2-3 new games every episode, and so that continues to tickle me, is how the games they come up with.
Do you have a favorite game?
Let's see. Right now, just because I'm such an attention whore, I love Song Sung Wrong because I get to sing. I sing pop songs. I'll sing 16 to 32 bars of it, and the last line I sing incorrectly, and they have to sing it correctly. And you would not believe how hard it is once you have the wrong lyric in your head to come up with the right one. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, Jane Lynch, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
We're going to see you on Emmy night.
Yes, you are.
Good luck.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.